Revenue generating activities, stalling C.
Every entrepreneur sails through predictable phases, and once you learn to recognize them, everything changes. I'm Lynette Young, and this is the Entrepreneur's Voyage. Whether you're starting, soaring, sailing, or somewhere in between, you're in the right place. Stop surviving your business. Start navigating your journey.
In this episode of the Revenue Generating Activity Series, we explore 20 practical ways to generate revenue when you're in the stalling seat. Whether you run a professional services business, retail store, online commerce brand, or product company, these activities focus on what matters most in the stalling seat, breaking through plateaus and reigniting growth. Every revenue-generating activity should answer one question. How do I optimize what I already have to create new momentum? You don't need to blow everything up and start over. Look at your existing customers, products, and systems with fresh eyes. The breakthrough is often hidden in plain sight. Let's jump into the stalling seat overview. Your profits and perseverance are your main sales. Passion and prosperity, head sales. The focus is to break through plateaus and optimize your existing revenue. In the stalling seat, profits and perseverance are your main sales. So main sales are what gives you power, momentum. Growth has flatlined, and it's really tempting to question everything and burn it all down. Trust me, I've had a match and wanted to toss it over my shoulder many a times. Your job now is to dig deep, optimize what's working, and find new revenue angles within your existing business. Do not burn the ship down. Head sales, that's your directionals, of passion and prosperity remind you why you started and where you're headed. But without renewed focus on profitability and the determination to push through, you're going to stay stuck. Let's jump into professional services, the revenue generating activities, the RGAs. If you're selling expertise, knowledge, time, such as coaching, consulting, agencies, freelancing, even doctors and dentists fall under professional services, that these activities could be for you. First up, think about creating a premium VIP tier. High touch, high price offerings for clients wanting more access. If you're stalling out, you may actually have a little more time on your hands than you normally would. So you will have the time to devote to these VIPs. Past client reactivation campaigns. Reach out to former clients with relevant new services that you offer. People that have used your product in the past that have deactivated or phased out for whatever reason. Third up is strategic referral partnerships. Formalize your relationships with complementary service providers. If you're both after the same type of client, it makes a lot of sense to share the eyeballs, to share the efforts to get clients to bounce from one company to another. Fourth is intellectual property productization. Convert your methodology into courses, assessments, ebooks, tools, anything along those lines. Regular books, doesn't have to be an ebook, but you want to be able to take your knowledge of what you can do, and instead of offering it in a one-to-one method, think about the one-to-many. Fifth up, speaking and workshop circuit. There's an opportunity to generate revenue or at least leads through paid presentations. Sometimes it's you getting paid to do the presentation, and sometimes it's pay to play. I have my own personal, professional, all the feelings about paying to speak on a stage. But a lot of times you're paying for access to the audience. If you have something to sell and you're allowed to pitch from the stage, paying a fee to get in front of other people may be worth it. Paying to speak and not being able to pitch from the stage is an absolute hard no-go, in my opinion. Next up is retail revenue generating activities. If customers visit a physical location to buy from you, whether you make the products or you're reselling the products, these activities might be for you. Think about doing a customer segmentation analysis, finding the highest value customer types and doubling down on serving them. So finding your whales. Sometimes this is the 80-20 rule. 20% of your income comes from 80% of your clients. Chances are there is a high value client, maybe a higher profit, that you can serve that isn't costing you a lot of time, money, or grief on the back end. Next up under retail is dead inventory liquidation. Think about ways to clear slow-moving stock to, number one, free up cash. Because if you're in a retail environment, you are paying for the inventory before it even hits your shelves. And number two, you obviously need to free up shelf space. As a former retail shop owner myself, I will say you do have to balance this with, if you can't immediately put items back on the shelf to replace those, there is definitely something to be said about having empty space on shelves and the appearance of what that is for your retail. If you clear out dead inventory or do not have money to repurchase inventory to fill dead space in your retail space, think about leasing out or subletting that area of your retail location to another shop owner, to another entrepreneur that could use that space as a mini pop-up. It will get you money in the door, prevent you from having to buy new inventory, and offer variants for your clients. And the pop-up shop owner will also be drawing traffic as well. Next up is thinking about when you're in a retail location, think about service addition, repair, customization, consultation, those sorts of things. I look at Best Buy. The Geek Squad probably makes them just as much money as selling games, DVDs or something on the shelves. So if you can add in service with the retail location, that's huge. Next up under retail is local delivery or subscription services. So you want to think about convenience-based revenue streams. If you're a restaurant, that kind of clicks in under retail. DoorDash, Uber Eats, I know there's tons of fees involved in that, but think about some other things as well that you can possibly have as a local delivery or subscription. Years ago, I knew a gal who owned a flower shop, and there would be plenty of people that would come in and plonk down a credit card and say, send my wife flowers every single month for a year. They want to set it and forget it and make it easy for them. Fifth up in retail is exclusive or limited editions. Oh my goodness, do people go crazy? I want you to think about generating excitement with scarcity-driven product releases. This past weekend, I took my daughter to a Stranger Things meet and greet event, and it was a lot more packed than I thought it was going to be. But they also had a ton of vendors, like tables set up. It was a dying mall that's been rejuvenated with geeks. There was exclusive pop figures. They were selling these little pop figure things that would have cost $25 in Target for like $400. It was a limited edition that people went crazy over. Next up is online commerce or e-com revenue generating activities. If you are selling products through a website or digital marketplace, they could be physical products, they could be digital products. Think about these next 5 options if you're in the stalling sea. Number 1, I totally love this, and I'm guilty of using it on the consumer side. Abandoned cart optimization. Think about ways that you can set up your e-com sales software, that you can recover lost sales through email sequences and retargeting. Sometimes I'll put something in a shopping cart online and then I'll get distracted or just change my mind. And then I'll get retargeted or emailed and say, hey, you forgot this. Would you like a 10% off coupon? Or hey, it's selling out quick. Would you like to finish purchasing it? It's a really good way to grab sales that would normally go unfinished. Second is shift from the acquisition mindset to the retention mindset and think about repeat purchases. There's a phrase that floats around, it's more expensive to get a new client than to keep an existing one. So think about ways that you can up your ability to get repeat purchases. If you have a consumable product and you know it lasts a month, start emailing 3 weeks ahead, or better yet, offer a subscription service so they can get the repeat product before the first one runs out. Think about, instead of trying to grab new people, of selling better things to your existing people. Second up, product bundling refresh. If you've been selling the same bundles of products over and over, shake it up a bit. Think about taking new photos of your products. If you're used to taking them on a white background, put them on a different background or a different flat lay. If it's usually very busy background, think about doing it on a white background. Change something visually. Even if you can't necessarily or don't want to rebundle your items, user-generated content campaigns. I love this one because Bodie McBoatface will forever and always be one of my favorite things ever. And if you don't know it, Google it. But think about leveraging customer photos and reviews to drive social proof. I've gone to a website to purchase something, and along the bottom, right after the fold, when you start scrolling, there was a left to right scroll, and it was screen grabs of Instagrams, photo after photo of people loving and enjoying and taking pictures with this one particular product. And it was like, oh, well, she likes it. She likes it. And the cool thing about that was that, well, the product itself wasn't age-based. I saw people that looked like me using the product. And I was like, oh, that means the product is for me. I'm not saying influencer outreach, especially if you're stalling out, but the user-generated content, if you have a strong community, can go really far to helping promote your product. And fifth up under online or e-commerce is marketplace expansion. Think about adding new sales channel beyond your primary platform. This could be affiliate sales. It could be selling on a different platform. If you sell on your own platform, think about taking a percentage of your inventory and allowing it to be sold through other people or other marketplaces. Last up is revenue generating activities for products. So if you manufacture or develop physical goods sold through various channels, either you're selling them directly in person, you're selling them directly on a website, or you're selling them wholesale, these activities could be for you. Think about ways to reduce your cost via smart engineering. Can you redesign for better margins? Can you rehaul how you package things? Can you streamline your assembly line? A lot of times, especially in the manufacturing of physical goods, I see a lot of folks that still operate as if they are developing and creating prototypes and they haven't streamlined. This could be ways you're buying the piece you need to complete your item in bulk rather than individually, or maybe you're creating it by hand and you can get it outsourced for a lot cheaper and maintain the quality. You want to think about cost reduction engineering tactics that you can do, especially if you're producing this product in a higher quantity. You are going to want to reduce your assembly line costs. Number 2, think about offering consumable or accessory products. I've seen these on the Amazon Echoes and other things where you can buy covers and skins for them, and then you're changing out the decor. So you're probably never going to buy another pair of computer speakers or an Amazon Echo, but you could make accessories for it. The cell phone in your hand or in your pocket right now is the most perfect example of that. Hopefully you're not buying a new phone every year, but you can buy a ton of accessories and things that you can swap out for that. So you don't even have to have made the phone, but maybe you're making the consumable or the accessory for somebody else's product. Third up, repackaging for new markets. Adapt existing products for a different customer segment. I've talked about this before. The lady who made the curly, springy shoelaces for her child with autism who wasn't great at tying their own shoes, and then repackaged it and remarketed it to an elderly community, and they did amazingly well. Think about how your product is working for markets that you didn't originally intend. Fourth up is licensing to larger players. If you're stalling, you need to get in front of new eyeballs. Let established companies manufacture or distribute. White labeling really is, that might be a more common way people think of this. White labeling your innovation or your product. If they're large, they probably have much better manufacturing. Their engineering is more streamlined. Think about those as well. And then, of course, if you're manufacturing a goods and you are selling business to business, like in a wholesale capacity, think about going direct to consumer. You're going to have to do a little bit of work on this, but a lot of times people that want you will go and seek you out, and they will be happier if they can buy directly from you. The issue with this that you have to be very careful of is you cannot undercut the pricing of your distributors or of your wholesalers.
I'm Lynette Young, and I believe a rising tide raises all boats. That's why I'm here. That's why this show exists. If this episode helped you, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube Podcasts so you don't miss what's next. Leave a review to help other entrepreneurs find us, or visit us at 7seasvoyage.com. It's 7 like the number. Thank you for joining me on the Entrepreneur's Voyage. Fair winds and following seas.